In this video, I'm talking about fat loss the vegan way. I'm sharing with you how I lost fat as a vegan, and you can do it this way too if you want to. So, before I get into the video, I'm reminding you that you can get into Vegan Goddess Power right now. It is a 3-month one-on-one experience with my support, guidance, and help for you with your vegan lifestyle, your vegan eating, your mindset, or self-care as a woman. I've been vegan for over a decade, so I know that I can help you on this path. If you are called to this, it is meant for you, and the details and how to get in are at the link in the description. So first, I'm going to get into the energetic side of fat loss, and then I'm going to go into the practical side of fat loss. Remember, this is how I have done it. It does not mean that you have to do it this way. I am not telling you what to do. I am just sharing with you what has worked for me. And maybe some of this can help you too. And if not, that's okay as well. So the energetic side is just as important as the practical side, okay? You do not have to do any of this if you don't want to, but it is a proven way to lose fat if that's what you desire. Before I get into the energetics of it, there is a difference between fat loss and weight loss. That is why I always say fat loss. Most people really desire to lose fat and not weight. The difference is that when you lose fat, you are just mostly losing fat and nothing else. And if you do other things in your lifestyle, you will maintain and build the body that you desire. So if you lose weight, you're also losing muscle. A lot of it can be muscle, and you are essentially just a smaller version of yourself that gives you the look that you may not want because you are not building muscle along the way as well. So that is why I say fat loss instead of weight loss. That is what most people go for. They just don't know that there's a difference. Now, starting with the energetic side of this, you can start off by thinking about your thoughts and how you think of yourself. How you think of yourself when you look in the mirror at yourself. How you think of yourself when you talk to yourself. How you think of yourself when you talk to other people. Even if it's people you've never met before and you're introducing yourself. How do you see and view yourself? A lot of people get really down on themselves and they beat themselves up and they say horrible things to themselves. That is not going to help you in any way. Start to shift those thoughts into positive, loving, and supportive thoughts about yourself to yourself. Be very loving of every part of your body, no matter how much you want to change it or not. You could still want to make changes to your body and also love your body, saying amazing things to yourself at the same time. Be very, very mindful of the language you use when you talk to yourself. Talk to every part of your body with love, even your cells and your inside. And you can see how your body will respond to that. It is very, very important that you make sure you don't skip this part. And going along with this, it's also important and very helpful for you to let your body know that you are safe. Your body is holding on to a lot, physically as well as emotionally, spiritually, and mentally as well. So this is a part of this as well. You can just tell your body, we are safe. You can release all of the fat that you are holding onto that we do not need to live our best. Let your body know that you are okay and that it can release what is no longer needed. It is safe for it to do so. And the other part of this is your relationship with food. How do you talk about food? How do you think about food? How do you describe food? So I've talked about this in another video about how to improve your relationship with food. So watch that one if that's something you want to know more about. But just quickly, essentially, think about phrases that people use when they talk about food. That is very toxic and not helpful at all. When they say eat clean, instead say eating the best for me. When they say junk food, instead say treats. When they say that something is bad for them, instead say I choose not to have that. I want to have this instead. When they say I can't have that, say the same. I choose not to have that. That is not a priority for my health and wellness right now. So you see the difference. How does it feel when you start to say things differently in that way? It really is a big difference, and it can help so much and go a long way. So be very mindful of your relationship with food, and a whole part of this is improving your relationship with food. Going back to yourself though, as you start to talk better to yourself, as you start to improve your relationship not only with food but also with yourself, and you tell yourself supporting, loving, nourishing thoughts. Also, think about what you're grateful for that your body does for you. You can be so grateful that your body breathes on its own and that you don't even have to think about that. You can be so grateful if you are able-bodied. There are so many people that are not, and we really truly take that for granted. So a way to think about this is, think about things that you take for granted. We don't think about breathing, we just do it. So that is taken for granted. If you are able-bodied, you take for granted the fact that you could walk from place to place, even if it's a short distance. We take for granted that our heart beats on its own. You know, we take all of these things for granted. So everything that you think you take for granted, take a moment, be mindful and express gratitude for it and say it to your body. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for carrying me. Thank you for doing this for me. Thank you for being the reason I can do this. Okay, so put that in there as well with how you talk to your body and how you talk to yourself and how you see yourself in your image. Also, be grateful for the things that your body lets you be able to do. And remember that there's so many people that don't have that. So as you go into thinking about the words that you use, it is so important to also think about how you want to show up. So think about who you are becoming as you transform your body. You're not only transforming your body though, you're also transforming your mind. And you're transforming things that you literally can't see. So that is working with all of this to change your body in a physical way too, and to also change how you feel. Always remember how you want to feel and do things that support how you want to feel. So when you think about how you want people to see you, and when you think about how you want to show up in the world and who you want to be, who you are literally becoming, start to move like her. Start to carry yourself as she would. Start to do the things that she does. And this will become more natural for you. This will become easier for you and take less effort as you move into the person you are being with ease. This takes consistency. This takes mindfulness. This takes practice at first. And then as it becomes more natural to you, you just move throughout your life already being her, since you stepped into her and became her, doing these things. So now we go into the practical side of this. Now, There is no other way to get around this but to burn more than you consume. Period. That's science. There's no way to get around it. There's no arguing with it. That's it. That's all you literally have to do, is to burn more than you consume. Burn more calories than you consume. That's it. There are many ways to do this though. So the way that I did it is the way that felt the best to me. I am not a person that likes to restrict, because I have done that in the past. I have been through many phases in my vegan eating since I've been vegan for 15 years, where I binged, I underate, I overate, I restricted myself. And that was not sustainable. That did not feel good or natural, and that was not right, okay? So you could do this by eating everything that you want to eat. Nothing is off limits. I still ate ice cream. I still ate chips. I still ate cookies, fries, all of that. And I still lost fat because that was sustainable for me. When I say sustainable, I mean losing fat and maintaining it and keeping it off and continuing to lose more fat if that's what you desire, okay? So remember that this is a lifestyle. If you do this super quickly, that's not sustainable, and you will most likely gain the fat back that you wanted to lose in the first place. And that will make you feel even more discouraged, because I've been there and done that too. So I'm speaking from experience here, and learning from the way that I did it could really help you to avoid all of the hassle and troubles that I went through for so many years. So I learned how to properly put together a balanced vegan meal and snack. And I've talked about this before as well in other videos here, so you can check them out too in the playlist Vegan Eating, which is also the one about improving your relationship with food. So all it takes is a protein, a carb, a fat, and color, fruits or vegetables, or both. And a snack, a fat, or a protein with carbs and fruits and vegetables. That's it. Make sure you get the variety and color in there, which is fruits and vegetables. The reason that we're able to lose fat sustainably and keep it off while we still eat things like vegan treats, ice cream, chips, cookies, fries, even pizza and burgers, is because that's not the only thing we're eating. We're balanced. We're eating a balance. The majority of what we're eating is whole plant foods. And then we also have vegan processed foods if we want to, as well as vegan treats. So you have room to fit all of this in. And this becomes easy, not stressful on you. And that is where you start when it comes to the practical side, okay? Knowing that you can make it easier for yourself. So ask yourself, how can I make this easier for me? What steps can I take to have this happen? And it's all about making things sustainable and doable for you so you can maintain it with ease and not think about it so much. So get the balanced meals and snacks however often and however much you want is up to you. And it's about the portion sizes as well. There have been so many times where I overate because I was not mindful of the portion sizes. And I could talk about this in another video about like little ways to make things easier for yourself if you're losing fat when it comes to what you're consuming. But for now, I'll just say that knowing what portion sizes are right for you is a huge part of this that can make this easy for you as well. So I started paying attention to my portions. And for me, what helped me the most was tracking and measuring my food. Now, you do not have to do this, but for me, I felt more empowered and I felt freer when I did this. So that meant that I was using a food scale, and I was also using spoons and measuring cups as well to make sure I was getting exact, because I did this to get more familiar with the food and the sizes and the portions of different types of food. This also improved my relationship with food, because I had no idea before what a serving size of something was or what a portion size was that was good for me. I had no idea just by looking at it. So as I started measuring it, then I started to be familiar with what it actually looked like. And I didn't have to do this anymore if I didn't want to, but I still like to do this because it's fun for me. This also meant that I tracked my calories as well. And I'm not saying that you have to do this, because you do not, but this is the way that I did it. I tracked my calories and I measured my food out. And I planned my meals and my snacks in a balanced way that fit what I like to eat, making sure that I get a variety. So I had a protein number that I hit. I had a calorie number that I hit. And I made sure the carbs that I ate was 50% of what I was eating. So my macros were mostly 30, 25, 50, or 25, 25, 30, or 50. So carbs was 50%. Protein was 30%. Fat was 20%, or carbs were 50%, protein was 25%, and fat was 20 or 25%. Do the math right there, whatever it is. The point is that carbs, I always had it at like 50%, but I paid more attention to the protein and the calories that I was having if my goal was fat loss. That way I knew that the protein I was getting would keep me satiated and help me to lose the fat that I was losing, as well as being in a calorie deficit ensured that I was burning more than I consumed. And along with that, what helped me was moving my body. So getting a certain amount of steps in, and also lifting weights. So the protein along with lifting weights made sure that I wasn't losing all of the muscle either, that I was gaining the muscle as well. So that all helped me, as well as sleeping, as well as being hydrated. So however much sleep you need, however much water you need to drink, whatever your meals and snacks are to you, your portion sizes, if you want to be in a calorie deficit, or figure out what that is for you, that's up to you. But you don't have to track your food and measure it if you don't want to. But for me, this happened quicker. I lost fat quicker when I did this, because I knew exactly what I was doing and I knew what changes to make. So for me, I didn't know what changes to make or what direction to go in if I didn't know where I was then. That is why I tracked and measured, and that is what helped me so much. And I made a video as well about tracking and measuring your food. So you could watch that one too. That's in the vegan eating playlist. Now, for me, when I tracked and measured my food, that had me feeling very empowered. It was so much fun for me to figure all of this out. And since it was working for me and I was actually getting progress finally, after all the years I've tried other things, that really encouraged me to keep going and definitely gained momentum, right? And it was very inspiring and fun, like I said, and I felt very empowered and free to know that I could fit in all the foods that I wanted to eat. I could eat whatever the fuck I wanted and still lose fat and keep it off. And lose fat again if I ever want to, whatever the fuck, right? So after I practiced measuring and tracking my food for a period of time, which was a few months, then I got it down to where I didn't need to do it anymore, but I still do it from time to time just because I feel like it, or if I have a certain goal that I want. So I would say if you do want to track and evaluate, the things that will help you the most to measure is your calories and protein, okay? Make sure that you're getting enough carbs as well, because a lot of people, when they lose fat, they go to decreasing their carbs, and that is not the way I did it at all. Absolutely not. I had 50% of what I was eating be carbs, and I still lost 30 pounds or more, okay? And along with that, I did the steps, which was YouTube workouts that I found that were equivalent to a certain amount of steps, but it was not like on a treadmill because I didn't have access to any of that. So they were moving your body in a way that equaled a certain amount of steps, right? Like walking workouts, but it wasn't like walking on a walking pad or a treadmill. I have a walking pad now, so I use it now, but the weights I also was doing at home with dumbbells. So, you know, whether you're in a gym or at home, whatever, you can do this. So this is how I did it. All of these things together worked for me. And if I ever want to lose fat again, this is what I do. And, you know, I'm not saying that you have to do it this way, but if you want to try these, and if you've been frustrated for so many years like I was, and you felt like nothing was working, or you lost the fat and you gained it back, then try this, or try at least a few things out of this and see where that can take you. If you want more help with this, your vegan eating, your vegan mindset, your vegan lifestyle, your mindset and self-care as a woman, you can get into Vegan Goddess Power now. I can help you with your vegan eating and even fat loss if you want. I do not create meal plans or workouts for you, but I could definitely help you with this if that's something you desire to do right now in your life. You can find all the details for that and how to get in through the link in the description. And if you just want a little vegan organized meal planner and tracker, you can get that as well. That is in the link in the description as well. So if you want more videos to watch about this, you can watch the one about improving your relationship with food, as well as the one about tracking and measuring your food. I hope this has helped you. You don't have to be stuck with having more fat than you want, and you really can change your life if you really want to. So if you need help with any of this, get into Vegan Goddess Power now. And you can email me, Jessica, veganbeautypower@gmail.com, if you want to talk more about how we can work one-on-one in Vegan Goddess Power together. So this is for you if you have struggles in your life that you want to work on right now. And this is a vegan lifestyle channel. Vegan Beauty Power is a lifestyle community and movement built around empathy, kindness, and compassion. And it exists to bring more confidence, education, guidance, support into the vegan women community. So everything I talk about on this channel is all about lifestyle. And I have it into playlist: vegan lifestyle, vegan eating, mindset, self-care, and we're gonna talk about vegan beauty as well, which are the products that you use and put on your body that you have in your life. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Get into Vegan Goddess Power now if you want more help, guidance, and support with your vegan lifestyle, your vegan eating, your mindset, or self-care as a woman.